Pictographs is a way of organizing your data. It lets you use pictures to display all the information that you have been collecting. You have to make sure to include a title and make sure that your picture matches what data you are showing. Hey everyone, Mrs. Satcher here. Today we're going to be learning all about pictographs. A pictograph is pictures or symbols that we use to represent the data that we collected. So in this example, we can see that one pet represents the same as two people. So if we look over here, 4 people have dogs because one of those pictures represent 2 people. If we look over here, under cats, 2, 4, 6 people have cats. And if we look over here, 2, 4, 6, 8 people have fish. And we always want to make sure that the picture that we choose match what data we're trying to show. So because this one's doing pets and they're doing dog, cat, and fish, the pictures match as dog, cat, and fish. So over here, we're going to do some different pictographs, and in this one we're talking about your best fruit. So there's a couple different examples in here, and over here the key says that one smiley face is the same as one person. So the instructions say, what is your favorite fruit? So a way that you can do this if you're doing it from home is to call different family members and to find out what is their favorite fruit. You can't just give them any options for this one because there's already some categories here. So you're going to call people and say, hi, Grandma. I'm just wondering, what's your favorite fruit? Is it strawberries, grapes, apples, or bananas? Maybe your grandma says that her favorite fruit is apples. So then you would put down one smiley face for grandma. Maybe you're going to go and call your uncle. And you're going to say, Uncle, I'm just wondering, what's your favorite fruit? Is it strawberries, grapes, apples, or bananas? And maybe your uncle says, my favorite fruit is strawberries. So you would draw one smiley face for that person. I want you to make sure that you check with everyone in your family who you live with. Make sure you include one for yourself as well. And call a couple people. Maybe it can just be family. It can also be friends. At the bottom it says how many people like apples best, how many people like grapes best, which fruit is the most, and which is the least. So you're going to do the page on the best fruits. That's one where you get to collect the data yourself. On the other pages, on lesson 3, the data's already there for you. So over here, there's already the data all set up for you. So someone else has called around, collected the data, and now you're what's called analyzing the data. You're looking at the data. So you're going to look over here. It says how many, what's their favorite drink? It looks like that's a tasty lemonade. I see a little lemon over there. And I see 1, 2, 3 circles, but I have to look really closely. Do you see that? Each of those smiley faces actually count for 2 people. So instead of saying that there's 1, 2, 3 people, the key tells us that for every smiley face, it's going to count by 2. So let's count by 2 to find out how many people. I'm actually going to write right over them so I don't lose track for my counting. So over here, this counts as 2, 4, 6. So how many people like lemonade the best? 2, 4, 6. 6 people. How many people like coffee the best? So I bet they must have called Mrs. Satcher to find out. That looks like that might be a Starbucks cup or maybe Mrs. Satcher's teacup in the morning. And we're going to not count by ones because the key tells us what we're counting by. We're going to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And we're going to write it down. And then just like when we were doing the pie graph, it asks us, what do you think the question is? Which is most, which is least. And instead of having to write it, you just get to circle it. Over here, you're going to do the same type of thing, but with favorite picnic foods or picnic foods. Except look closely always at the key. Each of those smiley faces tell you what you're counting by. And this one, you're counting by 3s. There's a couple other examples. Some examples of at the beach, some things that you would see, and favorite book genres. So you have to count up on the top to find out how many of each book genre. When I did this one, I got a little bit confused, so I recommend looking through it. And if I'm counting now all the science books, I'm going to have that for my red one, and I'm going to go through and find all the pictures that have the science counter. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of them. And then I'm going to look for the next one, for maybe a counting one. And I'm going to actually just take another color, because when I did it for myself the first time, I ended up losing track and I missed some of them the first time I counted them. So if I'm doing it with different colors and you have crayons in your pack, I can go back and always check. So that's a 1, 2, 3 one. That looks like some math books. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now over here, I would color in 1, 2, 3, 4. In my science one, it said I had 6, so I would color in 6 of them. This one's kind of like a pictograph and a bar graph all in one. We're going to talk more about bar graphs next time. This is a good one to get you kind of start thinking about what's a bar graph while still using pictures. When you look at it, you can really easily see which one has the most and which one will have the least when you're all done color coding it that way. And like always, if you have any questions or concerns, or you just want to share some of your amazing work, you can snap some pictures of it, send it to me on Seesaw, or you can send me a message through Teams, or you can send me an email. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.